that's not true. Let's look at the underlying thing, the root of what really created all these stories in the first place, and let's connect and build off of that. So it's just have conversations with these brothers and sisters, and because I got love for my brothers and sisters, of course, you know that, and I just see these people, and I understand where they're coming from, but I wish we could connect based off obviously the roots of what created those stories in the first place, so we can build. You know what I mean? Rather than just be stuck in a box all the time, because that's what it really is. They're just stuck in a box. So that's just one thing. That's just one.
First and foremost, essentially, we need to get out of this we need to unify bullshit. That's the first and foremost thing. That is one of the biggest distractions. That is also a divert from the true and only unity, which is yourself with your God particle. That's it. This concept of we need to unify, blah, 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 is bullshit and nonsense, and I'll tell you why. Because only 1% of this Caucasoid population, so-called, runs the planet. It's not all of them. You see what I'm saying? And in actuality, it's probably even less than 1%. So the so-called need for unity is irrelevant. The true unity begins from within, with you unifying yourself with your own divinity and separating yourself from the ego, separating yourself from the programming. You see what I'm saying? So when we keep talking about this unity, the main reason why it doesn't work is because it's not really made to exist. And unity exists within yourself, not within a mass or a population. You see what I'm saying? There is only one mind in existence. Our minds are connected as we speak right now. Do they have their own form of individual manifestation, so on and so forth? Absolutely. But are they all not connected to the same source of mind, which is the mind of the Creator? Yes. You see what I'm saying? So one of the biggest problems I always say with this so-called Black Power and African unification and Pan-Africanness and blah, 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 is the box that we put ourselves in, that we need all black people and that we need Africa and all of this nonsense. Not understanding that we are far beyond Africa. We existed before Africa existed. We even beyond this earth. Not understanding that every deity and every divine aspect or personification or symbolism exists within us because we are the ones that created. Man created God. God did not create man. This is fact. I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks, feels, or says. This is fact, because guess what? Without worshipers, what is a God?
It doesn't even exist.
Doesn't exist. Doesn't exist. Without so-called God to measure itself upon a man or another God, what is it? It has no title. It has no purpose. It has no name. It has no followers. It has no worshipers. So can I still call it a God? What makes that what it is? You see? Now, once again, we're going into different definitions because, like I told you earlier, my definition, or knowing what the true definition of a God is, which is only one level of existence, by the way. We're not talking about the all omniscient source and creator, so on and so forth, prime source creator. We are talking about this concept of God, deity, divinity. So black people, give up this all we need all black people bullshit, because it's a waste of fucking time, it's a distraction, and it's stupid. Because it's impossible to unify every goddamn person on this planet, because to be honest with you, most of them need to go. It's just like any parasite or any disease that's in your body. You have to be cut out and separate from the body first. Then you need to figure out the source of what caused it to grow in the first place. So that's a gigantic distraction, this unity bullshit. The focus needs to be on self. See, think about it. If I take 10, 20, 100 black people, and in every single black person, I teach each one of them individually that the unification they need is only within themselves to bring them to a divine ascension, creating infinite expansion coming from source knowledge. Every single one of them people, without even knowing each other, or even having one word with each other, will naturally so-called unify.
That's a fact.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They will never have to even know who each other are.
That's a fact.
But when they walk into each other, they say, hey, I'm God. I'm God too. What's up? And automatically they'll have this synchronicity that will begin to expand itself, because that's all that exists.
That's right.
So, but once I'm trying to force a dogma, a judgment, a structure, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, onto a person to make them come in my direction, fuck that. You know what I tell a Christian? You are the Christ. You know what I tell a Muslim? You are Allah. You know, I don't try to tell a Christian to not believe in Christ and to not be a Christian. I tell you, you are the Christ. The Christ mind exists within you. The Christ is a title.
And the beautiful thing about, and sorry to, I don't mean to cut you
off,
but the beautiful thing about that concept is, I truly think that we as black people are so intelligent that even to tell them that's enough to bring them. And it doesn't matter what it is. I don't care how the manifestation, what it truly is, whatever that manifests as we already understand it's just a oneness. That's all it is. And just however you display it is just up to each individual person.
Now, see, what you just said is absolutely right, but here's the problem. That oneness that we know exists inside of us has been distorted by the perception given by deficient minds to separate the oneness. So it's this hybridization of knowing that you're connected to everything, but then the template of what you don't know how. See, we don't know what to call what we feel. We don't know. See, in Ancient of Days, got it tattooed on my chest. In Ancient of Days, we had a hieroglyphic symbol for the all. The all was what? God. We didn't call it a title. The closest thing you can get to a title for God, the closest thing you can get for a name for God is just all. That's as close as you can get. Anything after that, you're putting it in a box, you're putting it in a section, you're giving it a gender, you're doing anything. If I call God Sophia, what's automatically associated with that? Must be a female. Oh, Sophia, that's Greek. That's the, now I'm putting it in a box. But when I say the all, where's the limitations? Where's the boundaries? God is that tree. God is that bird. God is that sun. God is you. God is all. And that's the concept and the perception that we came from, which was a knowingness, and it was a foundation. Then a group of deficient minds came in, not understanding what all means, not understanding what all is, only saw themselves in existence, so began to take deities, principles, and energies and anthropomorphize them. Make the energy of love into a man. Make the energy of hate into another bigger, stronger man. Make the energy of divinity into a bigger man with muscles who throws lightning bolts. That's a childlike mind. You see, to understand the concept of God, you have to understand there is no gender to what it is. There is no section to what it is. There is no color to what it is. It just is, and it always is and always was. And it is everything at all times. You got to be an idiot to say something is omnipresent, omniscient, omnipotent, and then say it's over there in a white robe with blue eyes and a beard. That's retarded. You must not know the definition of those three words you're using.
Absolutely not.
And just like I said earlier, we don't know the words and the definitions of what we use. We have no fucking clue, and we walk around and spew them out with such confidence and have no idea what it is. People read the Bible every day and still don't even know what allegory means. How you read the fucking Bible, you know what allegory means, and it's telling you right in the book that all these things are an allegory.
Because they don't read anything but the Bible. They don't pick up a dictionary, don't try to learn the
nothing
in the Bible.
Because that's all they need. But wait a second. Who told them that's all they need? Who told them not to touch nothing but that one book?
That is a good question.
You see what I mean? Ask yourself that question every day. Who told me what beauty is? Who told me what God is?
Why did they tell you that?
Why? What was the reason for it? See, that's the second question that comes after all the lines of questions of what you've been told. Now, the second list is why. Then the third list is how do they benefit? You see? The very first programmer of any individual on this planet is what?
Your parents.
Your mother.
Yeah.
Your mother. Your mother is the very first programming. Here's the kicker. Who programmed her? How was she programmed? What was she programmed by? Because your mother is the template of your future self, your mind, your characteristics,